Hi. So I'm just going to tell you about a time I worked as a bank teller. Trust me, it was very short lived because these people fired me with the quickness after they promised me that they wouldn't. So, all right, let's get into it. I mean, I could drop the bank name. It really wouldn't matter. I live in Oklahoma. This is not a widely known bank. A widely known bank, I would say Chase Bank is a widely known bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. You know what I mean? This is a bank only located in Oklahoma, so it would just make I don't know, it would just make no difference. I mean, I guess I would have to warn the people who in Oklahoma not to work there, but then again, it depends. I don't know. It depends. So this is the thing. This bank I basically grew up in because my mom had an account there for so many years, like for like years. And of course, she had me and my sister's account there. We're her children. So we basically grew up there. They saw me grow up, you feel me? So when I lost my job, um, at the call center, I still haven't done a story time about that. I should. I really should though. But that was around 2019. I'm gonna get into that. Trust me. I'm gonna get into that very later, probably. Depends how my comfortability is. So I did have to strip after that. So while stripping, I was applying for jobs. Yes, it's very hard to get a job when you're, black. You have to look really, really good if you're black, like me. Sorry, I had a call come in. Anyways, you have to really, really look good if you're dark, because that's just how it is. It's Oklahoma. It's a red state. It's a racist state, but we're known as a Bible state. Isn't that funny? So yeah. Anyways, lo and behold, I got hired around March. Yeah, it was around March. I was always all excited. I showed up to the interview to the bank, and I was so excited to be a bank teller. Never been a bank teller before. Blah blah blah. Signed and dotted line. Everything. I was saying, oh yay, everything worked out for me. Till I found out that's why I hate Oklahoma. Low cost of living, only $10 an hour, and you don't even get 40 hours a week. I'm telling you, I've seen only $400 paychecks. So yeah. Um, there was an old woman there, old white woman there. She was very sweet to me, like very, very, very sweet to me. Um, I was like learning the ropes of being a bank teller. There was I don't know, just like it was a very white environment. There was this tall white guy who was very cockeyed, the one that fired me, that said promised me that he wouldn't. He said, "Oh, that we're a family here. Any job that says that we're a family, run away from that damn job. They're not a family. They always talk shit about each other. Like they always throw each other under the bus and get each other in trouble. And if you're in a tight knit group, a tight knit clique, because when I tell you there was only 5 people working at this job, that's how much of a family they were. It was the boss, the second boss, her name was Dawn. She was a vice president. Then there was this woman named Mabuba. Hopefully, I'll never see her because she sucks. Like, I hate her attitude. She's very rude. She had a really thick accent. The security guard been working there for like 20 plus years, and there was I forgot her name, the old white woman that was training me, right? So, um, I was taking a lot of notes and whatnot the first day, so I can actually do it. Then I was starting to bank telling. Everything was really going smoothly until like I was getting. There was like time when they had to balance the checks at the end of the shift. It's very to me it's very dumb. There's banks. This is the thing. You got to think this was not a bank. This was a credit union. They didn't work like a bank. They had like I don't know. They had to balance their checks. You had to calculate it at the end of the day. I thought it was really fucking dumb, which it was. Um, so yeah, I really sucked at that part, and I don't know. Like they wanted me to get stuff really fast, and there was too much information to get stuff really fast. So lo and behold, I basically went to work every day with this, and God was telling me something because every time I walked into work, there was like this sinking feeling in my stomach. When you have a gut feeling or a gut instinct about something, it's best if you just leave that situation. I needed money so bad because I did not want to lose my apartment after losing my job. I was really young. Like you have to really realize I had just turned. How old did I just turn? At 21. So I was just really young, very naive. I should have left that job regardless and just would have like figured it out. But me at 23 now, I know a lot more stuff. I know how to hustle more. So yeah. Um, there was this incident where, I was sitting in the lunchroom and I would just get a water. You have to like pay for the water. You have to give like 25 cents or some kind of, yeah. Ugh, hate that place. Anyways, um, I took like a string cheese because everybody was taking stuff out of the refrigerator. Tell me why there was this other lady that worked there. She was a loan processor. I forgot her name. I think her name was Angie. Anyways, I guarantee I definitely got racist vibes from her because tell me why I did not know it was her cheese because there was like a bunch of cheese everywhere, right? And she was like, "Did you come in there and check my cheese?" When I tell you, she yelled at me in the lunchroom, and when I like yelled at me, and then I offered to buy her more cheese, she said, "That's not the point," and then she walked out the room. Tell me why I cried. If I would have knew that I was gonna get fired, I would have fired back at her. I did not want to lose my job, so yeah. So what I actually did after I cried my damn eyes out in the lunchroom, I went to Dawn, who was the vice president, who was there because they're all like friends, like really tight knit group, right? And I told her about the problem, and she was like, "Wow, I'm really sorry because I saw you grab the cheese, and I thought it was just cheese in there because there was just like a bunch of cheese in the refrigerator, like string cheese, a bunch of cheddar cheese. You know what I mean? Like it was not that serious, but she made it that serious. So she said that she was gonna have a talk with her, and I guess she did, and she like was nice to me ever since. Ever since I never went into the refrigerator. I just waited till they had food on the table. Reason why I had to eat food on the table is because I barely had food at home. When I tell you I was living on like rice and chicken, and then when the chicken ran out, I just had rice every day and water because that's how like I had bills. You know what I mean? And they didn't pay at all. Nothing. Like literally at all a livable wage. But what job does? You know what I mean? If you don't have a degree or whatever, and even if you have a degree, you still won't get the job you want and get paid what you deserve anyways, because that's how this economy is. So, anyways, lo and behold, they hired this black girl. She was a heavyset black girl, Taurus. I specifically remember that about her. She argued with me a lot. She like talked down on me a lot, and they told her, "Oh, you can do the job better than she can." Da da da. So, and there's a time when I had like a face-to-face talk with a girl with a thick accent. Her name is Mabuba, dumbass name. Um, she was very rude. So I was crying in her office. I was like, "Why do you dislike me?" And she was like, "Oh, I have no reason to dislike you." Like, she treated me like shit. They always made me the butt end of the joke. I was just very uncomfortable at this job. As low paying as it was, they would treat you like shit. That's the funny part. And but anyways, they gonna get what they deserve. So karma comes to everybody. I'm not gonna wish bad on nobody because I already know what's popping. Uh, lo and behold, there was one day I had this really bad food poisoning, and I have really bad diarrhea. So I couldn't even go to work the next day. It was really bad. Like, oof, it was bad. And you know, I called in the next day, I believe. Yeah, I called in the next day, and that was when the boss, the president, told me that he was like, there was been a lot of complaints from the customers or whatever from you taking too long or something like that. So we would have to separate you and I. And I said, well, why? It's because I, called in because I was really sick. The only reason I called in is because I'm really sick. Normally I would go to work. He was like, no, it's just we've been getting a lot of complaints from everywhere. And I said, okay. And I hung up. That was another devastation for me because when I tell you these people treated me like shit. So lo and behold, my mom was pissed because, like I said, she's been at that damn bank for years, like years, and opened my account there. She closed her account, went to another credit union up here that works so much better, and they're way more coherent. The people at that bank were very fucking slow, work slow, hella slow, like dumb in the head, like they didn't understand what amount you needed to take out to withdraw from a person's account. They were just very dumb. And they always messed up people's accounts anyway. So the fact that they fired me, but yet they need to be the one that's fired, you know? So stay away from OK members first. Yes, I'm going to drop the name. I hate you. Um, so I ended up closing my account there when I closed my account. Probably like when I got another job after that, and I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that job too, because that ended up being a shit show. But I got hired at that job like around April 13 or 16, something like that. Because it's funny, which is a blessing that I got hired at another job within 2 weeks of losing that job. Because like I said, I still lived alone. I'm my only source of income. So yeah, bills, honey, bills. Um, yeah, lo and behold, my mom wanted to cuss him out really bad. I remember we were sitting in the drive-through, and she was trying so hard not to say anything. Like I remember that because my mom. One thing about my mom, she loves her kids. She doesn't want anything to happen to her kids. And yeah, it was just a really bad time. And this is like the early of 2021, I believe. No, this was early 2020. Sorry, this is early 2020. Um, so yeah, lo and behold, I got fired. Fuck that job. Hella racist. They had these corny ass jokes. It was so strict there to be so low paying. They treat you like shit if you work there unless you kiss their ass. So I'm glad I'm not an ass kisser because I'm just never gonna be. So I can't do a 9 to 5. But if you want a story time on my next job after that, I will definitely give you one. But thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you for hearing my experience. I really appreciate that. Bye bye.